What's up, chat? You're for more cringe. Yes, you are. Because I still got more of these cringy ass horror games to play through. Probably the last night of it though. I only have like enough for tonight, and that's it. Unless I want to go buying more. You should submit a story to this guy. What, you want me to make up something? That would be it has to be a true story, or else it's not frightful. I think, right? It has to be something you experienced. Gotta have that edge to it, you know. Like, yeah, this happened to me back, in like 2008. Took borrowed my mom's car. You know, those kind of horror stories, told in that exact tone of voice. Chad, what would Zoomer Crypt Keeper be like? Have we thought about rebooting the Crypt Keeper for the Zoomer generation? No cap on God. In that tone, yeah. Imagine him saying new, current terminology in the Crypt Keeper voice. Post WrestleMania Raw, baby. Oh, you're on that post wrestling high, are you? Good time to catch you. Be honest, what's the likelihood of all this being bullshit? All of it's bullshit. These are the fears of Fathom, yeah, they're always made up by someone. Or it's highly, how should we say, editorialized. So yeah, it's more like, if it even is based off something true, is often probably very mundane. They're just like playing it up. Oh yeah, it totally was like my car broke down in the desert and stayed at this motel and there's a cult there. And it's where like someone just knocked on the door because they got the wrong door at one night, and then they over exaggerated. Oh, it was totally like a cult, man. Could make a good game if you submit your entire stream, or you playing Atomic Heart was pretty scary. Well, I could probably improve a lot of games if I had a direct line to the developers. I have a question for you. If you have any storyline about Kate, what would it be about this game? You mean a scary story involving Kate? I don't know. Considering I know a decent amount of the kind of jobs she's worked, probably some of those. Anything doing around working in retail and dealing with a bad boss, you could probably work into a decent horror story. There's going to be a remake of RE5, and I'm with you. I don't like the new Wesker. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if they make remake 5. We'll see. Can't imagine the Crypt Keeper ever saying Poggers. You know what? If they ever did reboot Crypt Keeper, I hope it would be on Twitch, of all places. Endeavor, the parent company of UFC, just bought WWE. Doesn't that mean that wrestling isn't doing so well if it's being bought out by the UFC? Because once upon a time, UFC was pretty small compared to your professional wrestling. Is it just me, or is like wrestling struggling? Vince sold the company out of spite. Well, he did get like outed as like a perv guy, right, or something like that. I didn't really pay attention to it. So basically, there's. So what's going to happen? Are like all those professional wrestlers now going to have to actually do real fights? Is that what it's going to be? I think a lot of them will quit because UFC is no joke. That they're actually getting their ass beat. Not to say that pro wrestlers don't get their ass beat too. It just they definitely go out of their way to make it as less ass beating as possible by doing moves specifically as a stage show. Boo, no Resident Evil 5. We want Code Veronica. No one wants Code Veronica. No one actually wants to play that game. Or do you really want Steve back, huh? Think they're gonna make Steve into a good character? No way, Claire. Just watch me. I'm the hero. Cox Golden fucking Luger. Some women in Bill Clinton come forward and admitted he raped them. Yeah, that's pretty, bad. I guess he's permanently a heel character now, isn't he? If they remake Resident Evil 5, they're still going to set in Africa. I mean, it wouldn't really be Resident Evil 5. They should call it something else if they're going to completely change the setting. But yeah, I mean, there's ways you can do that. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't the controversy surrounding Resident Evil 5 and racism is pretty overblown, I feel. I mean, you can make the exact same arguments about Resident Evil 4 being racist, since it's a white guy shooting up a bunch of, like, for some reason, very low-tech, uneducated, white Europeans. All one race, And there's also Lewis is a horrible stereotype of a Spanish man. But no one ever made those arguments because no one gave a shit. But when they do the same thing, another country, no, that's bad. It's whatever. I'm sure they'll address some issues if they decide to do it again. Look, they can make it as racist as they want. Just don't make me, do co-op. That's all I ask for. You know what? You can have Chris wear a Ku Klux Klan robe. Just don't make me do co-op. I want a rewritten Steve. He's always going to be bad. I mean, the guy literally tries to make out with Claire while she's asleep. He's no one's favorite character. Certified Bill Clinton classic? VHS? What, you mean the game? I could run a remake because I get to watch Steve fucking die. And then, how are they going to remake? I mean, it's actually hard to remake Code Veronica than 5 because good part of Code Veronica's plot has to do with, like, a mentally ill man pretending to be his sister. That's not going to go over well in today's climate. Could they not get DC Douglas for the new Wesker? I don't know. Supposedly he was going to, but then supposedly he also got fired from leaking the game before it was announced. But I highly doubt he was ever in the running for it because if you notice, they've changed up every single voice actor in the series to make them more, less cartoonish. And let's be honest, DC Douglas did have a very cartoonish Wesker, so I doubt they were ever really going to go with him. Don't mind it either. I'm not sure if I would fly in today's climate. I mean, I don't know. It'd definitely take a rework from what it is. Hey, Tron? Wow, that's a new one. Hello, everybody. Is Dartigan crying about Resident Evil 5? I didn't even bring it up. People just started talking about it. I'm just like, answering their questions. As a black man, I hate it when people bring race into any media. It annoys me. Well, there are times. I'm not going to say, never bring race into my entertainment. I mean, there are times. I mean, you can't just make, I mean, there are things to keep in mind when doing things, like history and stuff. So I don't necessarily agree with that state, if that's what the argument is. I don't think it is, but I just do feel it was a bit overblown in 5. But 5 had way worse problems in its setting and context. It definitely had way worse, in my opinion. It is actually really warm here. I'm going to take my jacket off. Why am I even wearing this? It's like 73 degrees out. I'm still have like winter mindset on for how I'm dressing myself. What about Resident Evil 7 remake? I don't think that's in the drawing board. That's only like a few years ago that game came out, and I'm thinking their idea is to get all the current older games caught up to like the newer stuff. I mean, I don't even think they'll remake 6, to be honest. There we go. Because you wouldn't be able to sell that game in China. I'm kind of cringing at the fact that complete global saturation might have a different delivery. Oh, yeah, I know. The new voice actor just did not do anything for me. I'm sorry. Never got the drama with Resident Evil 5. Game set in Africa, had a white guy going to Africa, killing a lot of Africans infected with a plague virus. And one scene also had him like killing like tribal Africans wearing headdresses and chucking spears. Some people took issue with that. Of course, that was before the game released. Once the game came out, it was in a big nothing burger, I feel. But, certainly people are like, hey, we can get clicks out of this. You need to sit down with Resident Evil 5 and counseling, get over how it hurt you. No. Not worth the time. All my opinions on Resident Evil 5 are grounded in reality. Was there a black girl also killing people? Yeah, Shiva. Shiva, 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 come over here and help me commit racism. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. And she's never appeared in another game since for some reason. I want to see how they're going to handle Chris punching a boulder. You know what? A remake of that game just for that scene alone might be worth it because they have to do it. They've already committed with Resident Evil 8 Village and them mentioning it. It has to be there. Which also means it has to happen in a volcano. Yeah, people forget that detail. Into that game takes place in an erupting volcano. What about RE Revelations remake? I don't think that's happening. Those aren't mainline games. You want them to get rid of the global saturation line if DC Douglas isn't coming back? Maybe we should start a what are those like petitions? Like, hey, get enough people to sign. We want DC Douglas to voice Wesker. Pretty sure that'd be a six. Well, we could definitely get the signatures. I don't think Capcom would listen though. Partner, yes, we've established. Yeah, yeah. They spent a few two times. They're like, partner, partner, partner. She's my partner. You wouldn't understand partners. I'm immensely disappointed that the recent merchant never said, "What do you buy?" And did he not say it? I think you're right. He had all the other good lines though. Like the merchant grew on me for the new game. I don't really have an issue with him. Oh, was surprised to find water shut off on my floor. Nice surprise when I just got back from the gym. Well, have fun feeling what, sticky, damp? Would you say for the next few hours until it comes back on? Capcom hates Shiva being anywhere near but Africa. Now that Chris is with his own wolf squad, I don't know what's going on with Chris. He switches jobs a lot and teams. Who is deleting Metal Gear Solid? What? What? I mean, it's set in Africa, then developers shouldn't be limited to the world settings. Africa has some beautiful places to visit. It does, but you have to be extra careful. I mean, it's probably not worth the effort just because how people will bitch about it if you do. They're like, okay, do you just not want games set there then? Back on now that I've showered, I'm just saying it was pain for a while there, yeah. I know the pain of like feeling damp. BSAA bad, Chris is going rogue. I'm assuming that's what 9's gonna be about. You'll drop in links? Let's see. Someone tried to drop, or sometimes the bot just thinks someone trying to drop a link. You think Resident Evil 9 will be first or third person? I think it's gonna be first person actually. I think they've mentioned that, that's the future of it. Though it'll probably have a third person mode like Village got eventually too. Though I have to mention, I saw gameplay of Resident Evil Village being played in third person, not just the DLC. The blocking mechanic in the game looks goofy as fuck in third person. You know how you hold your hands out in front of you when an enemy's lunging at you? To like, you'll reduce the damage? When you play that game in third person, it looks stupid. Like, that feature doesn't work so well in the animations. You might sidestep the race. Radio 5 will be set in a fictional African country which white people partially colonized. So, yeah, there will be both white and black. Well, they already did that in the original game. They added a bunch of like white people that you fight in the game as well. So that would just be like adding lore to it for it to explain why there's a bunch of white people there. Also, that would just be called South Africa, I think. Not exactly South Africa isn't a fictional place. Here in fictional South Africa. How come have they ever set a Resident Evil game in Japan? That's weird that they've never done that. Have they never done that? No Japanese, Resident Evil game? Nope. Yeah, maybe that's where 9 could take place. Or maybe they wanted to, I guess it is. They do mainly want that to appeal to Western gamers, so maybe that's one of the reasons not to. Man, it's too strong. I mean, there wouldn't be as many guns just lying around or ammo. It'd be kind of hard to explain, like, why is this Japanese house got like a box of 9mm in it? But hey, if Silent Hill can go to Japan, I think Resident Evil can. Time for Asians to get slaughtered in the Resident Evil series. Okay. It's a weird way of putting it, but alright. Did Resident Evil 5 Remaster get confirmed? No, but everyone's just heavily speculating on it based on the ending of Resident Evil 4. Like, they added new material to the Resident Evil 4 ending that wasn't there that just now heavily implies Resident Evil 5 is getting a remake. When Leon and Krauser went to South America and Dark Side Chronicles just killed people. I have never played that game and I never will because I don't care about light gun games. So I will forever remain oblivious to whatever the hell went on with Leon and Krauser, 2 years before Resident Evil 4. Triple H opened Raw tonight and stated the UFC merger will not impact how all WWE is run at all and will remain separate. Okay. Tell that to WCW. What's up, Lucky? How you doing tonight? Hope you've had a good one. Resident Evil Japan would be intense with so little firearms. I mean, you could finally get a swing katanas, maybe. Have I mean, would be zombies again? It feels like they've been. I don't know. Who knows? Took the ending of separate way. Oh, here's my hope for the Resident Evil 4 DLC with Ada. All the stuff that was from the original game that they didn't put into the remake is saved for her DLC campaign. So that would mean you'd have a scene on the ski lift with Ada. You'd have like a scene with a truck almost running her over. At some point, she should get to drive a bulldozer and like tear through some shit. She'll have to fight it as well, since that was cut out, like the only boss fight that was cut out. Maybe a few other things here and there. Maybe she'll have to run from a boulder chasing her. See, DLC is where you can definitely get goofy, right? But then again, I heard everyone is like, harassing that poor woman because her performance was so shit. She had to like turn off her Instagram. It's like, that's not cool. Look, she didn't do a good job in her acting, but no one deserves harassment for the bad direction. I think Ada will fight you three. That seems like a given to me, I feel. Maybe you get the improvised gun that killed Abe in Resident Evil. I don't know. I mean, I guess possibly you would see some improvised weapons, but I don't know if they would do that. They probably feel like it'd be shameful. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not culturally aware of how they would take that very well if they're not. Maybe she killed the other guards. So that's what I'm thinking too, because in the original Resident Evil 4, when you get to Salazar's boss fight, that other like servant of his gets pulled into his body, so you never even had to fight it. But that doesn't happen in the remake. So I'm wondering if that means Ada killed it. But I'm also hoping it just wouldn't be a repeat of like the fight with the other one. That we had to spray it with like, liquid nitrogen. Maybe RE9 will finally jump the shark and finally reveal that the source of all this Bo and Plagas around the world are aliens. Well, we already know what the source of all the viruses are. That actually is revealed in Resident Evil 5. Progenitor virus. Did anyone notice the black goo in Resident Evil 4 remake? It's just like there, like they force Ashley to drink it, and then you get dropped in a pit that's full of it. So it seems important, but I saw some people speculating that might be a reference to like the mold from 7 and 8. I don't know why it would be there though, because they didn't really explain in Resident Evil 4 remake what the black liquid is that they make Ashley drink. So what the hell's that? Interesting. I don't know why it would be there, how it would work, but it just apparently is like black water. It's part of the ritual. Browser became a little piss baby when the US government betrayed him during Operation Javier. That's what I got from the game talking about it anyways. Still, I'm never playing the light gun game, so. He's basically like a pissier version of Virgil. Dude, it might be I got pleurisy from black mold growing, or what is pleurisy? From black mold growing in my classroom. Yeah, I've heard, breathing in black mold, not good. I feel like the black liquid in the stuff Salazar and Sadler spit out was a way to tie into Resident Evil 7. I mean, it might be, but I didn't really feel like there was a tie needed because neither of those games. I mean, well, Resident Evil 8 had. Resident Evil 8 was weird because all the infections in there were from like parasites that had been infected with the mold instead of just the mold infecting people. There is another tie in Resident Evil 4 to 8 though. If you notice when you fight the big fish monster, it has a bunch of like worms sticking out of it, which are very familiar to like the similar. Look at, I'm sure they use the same model to those like stringy worms you see sticking out of like Resident Evil Village's big fish monster. If you remember, what was his name? The guy you fight in Resident Evil Village, the fish guy. He had the same kind of like worms that are coming out of him as the one is the fish monster in the lake. Inflammation between your ribcage and lungs felt like getting stabbed when I was breathing. I thought it was COVID, but I caught that later the same year. Ooh, damn. School wasn't healthy. Moreau, that guy's name. But so that's actually probably a better tie than any black goo might be. Maybe they were using Plagas to like, infecting with the mold. I don't know. Resident Evil 8 tied back into the overall series by saying whoever the old guy Wesker killed in Resident God is I want to be a god thing. Yeah, he got the idea from like seeing her working with mold. And then he like went into Africa and found the progenitor virus. So it does tie in a little bit. But I was thinking specifically with the Plaga and the mold. I think Capcom might be repeating the same mistake if they take RE down the action path. The end of Village was ridiculously OTT with the Chris section. As long as the whole game isn't like that, I feel. As long as you like it's only like it's like segmented like one section. I mean, 4 also has a section like that when the helicopter comes in. What was your favorite change in the remake? My favorite change in the I liked how they did more with Lewis a lot. He's the one who kind of benefited the most in terms of new characterization. So I like what they did with him. I also like that they really made the village section, the first act of the game, a lot longer and more in depth because you really don't spend a lot of time in the village section in the original game. You're done with that pretty quickly when you get to the castle. So they definitely improved on that section too, which is I think everyone's favorite part. So I'd say those two things. Like I like the dip into cultural folklore. I wouldn't mind like I said, I mentioned a couple times, I would not mind a DLC of Resident Evil 4 where it's actually a sort of like a prequel. They show like back in like the Spanish Inquisition times when they like the king of that castle or whatever, the lord of the castle, like sealed the plaga underneath of it. That'd be interesting to see. So you could like be fighting with crossbows and a sword or axe or shit. Maybe it'd be even cooler if the merchant was still there back in those days, though. Think about that. He's been around that long. That actually would be interesting. He's not just like some random dude. He's been around for hundreds of years. See, Capcom, hire me. I'm good at this shit. I'm what they call an idea man. Love that Leon would shoot Salazar and Sadler while they're in Monolith. I mean, if you recall, when I was like sending Resident Evil 5, I mentioned a lot like, why don't you just shoot people? You shoot people. You're like you're like soldiers for a special organization. You're not cops. They're terrorists. Shoot them. The world will be saved if you just shot a couple of people in that game. So you can make Resident Evil 5 and 6 good. I could do it. I'm the one man. I already have ideas. You know what? It's actually not even that difficult. For 5, that is. 6 is a lost cause. And old pictures of Spencer and other Umbrella founders, or the merchant is just in the back like a crate. Yeah, why not? I think we should like expand on that. Have him be like he has been around for a long time. I mean, they do sort of imply that maybe with like maybe something like that with the Duke, since he apparently was like knew the merchant and he's also maybe been around for a while because he doesn't even know what he is. I feel like Resident Evil viruses evolve like Digimon. Resident Evil viruses often violate the laws of reality by gaining mass without taking any in, which is kind of unexplainable. Turns out, chat, you can't really grow like a bunch of arms in like 6 seconds without, having your biomass of your body can convert. Honestly, shocked devs haven't hired me as a consultant. It would be nice, but it probably won't happen. No one expects a Spanish Inquisition. That line it's funny, but it's actually historically completely inaccurate. Inaccurate? What am I turning into fucking Elmer Fudd? Inaccurate. Because the Spanish Inquisition would actually send you a letter telling you they were going to show up. So in fact, you could expect the Spanish Inquisition. They would send you that like you'll very like weeks or months in advance, like we will be here at this particular date. Ubisoft would hire you. Would you fire out of spite? Well, I don't think they would hire me in a position where I could fire people. Also had incredibly distinct uniforms you could see. No guessing when they were coming. They were historically the IRS. I mean, the IRS had the ability to like, sentence you to like prison and death. They thought you were a witch. Inaccurate. Pretty good. Went back to work today. How you been? Yeah, thankfully we don't get the church that kind of power anymore. Don't worry, we're going to be playing a game tonight, I swear, chat, but there's only so much game to play. So I figured we'd start off with like a nice chatting session first. Get us all warmed up. To be honest, let all the voice acting be stopped, don't open that door. Yeah, well. We can't keep... You know what? I wouldn't mind, another really, really corny, voice dialogue like that in a Resident Evil, like maybe like a spin-off. What's Chasing Static? It's a horror game I have to play tonight. Though it might not be, I don't know how, it's apparently very well reviewed, though it also saw the word walking simulator in its tags. So, I guess it's like a good walking simulator horror game. Should share a good scary story with the devs. Well, I'd have to make it up. They don't have any scary stories other than like a dog trying to kill me once. There was the one time I sat down next to a snake, next to a creek as well, and that was about it. Not to be surprised, are you about The Last of Us on PC being S? Actually, a little bit surprised by that because I believe Sony's PC releases had actually been pretty quality, hadn't they? Don't know how they fucked up that one. Howdy, your opinion on Ada, voice actor in the fourth remake? There is a lot of whining on her performance on the net. I will agree her performance is less than to be desired. It is not what anyone would consider good, I feel. It's lifeless. It just feels like someone like it feels like she's like pulling up to a drive-through and like, hey, I'll have like a spicy chicken sandwich and some fries and throw me in a side of plaga. It just does not feel like it's someone who cares about the role or knows what they're doing. So I agree, it's bad. However, strongly disagree that people should be, harassing her for, a shitty, performance. Sometimes people just have a shitty performance, and maybe they're just a bad choice for the role, and they took the job, and whatever, it happens. Don't go harassing someone for it. That's not cool. Read on both. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty average take. Only like dumbasses are really gonna go harassing someone over like just because they had a they did a bad job on a voice. Wasn't she the same? She's also from what didn't they get the voice actor for Ada from the TV show or something? That's what it was. I'm not sure which TV show. Well, whatever it was. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Criticize the performance all you like, but don't go harassing someone. Hate the character, hate the performance, don't hate the person. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can still criticize the performance, don't get me wrong, but harassment is not the same thing as criticizing. Harassment is like, it's vile. It's just vile. Seems pretty sad that you would be so upset about a voice performance that you threaten them about it. Well, it's usually very. It's a particular group of people that do that kind of shit. Sometimes people who are very connected to who feel like, I guess, a strong connection to the character, so they can't stand it ever being like done badly. Other times, there's people who are like really wanted to get off or maybe really need to get off, but they're have an unhealthy fixation on certain things. I don't know. It's a fucking mess of personality issues when you, I think, takes to start harassing someone over something so innocuous. But yeah, you need, it's one of those like go touch grass situations. Like, man, just go touch grass. It ain't worth it, your time or theirs. Star Wars are famous for this. Well, yes, it's it's a certainty now that Star Wars fans will always hate Star Wars. Anything to do with it, because it will never be the Star Wars that exists in their mind, which is perfect and flawless and exactly the way they want it. Star Wars Silent Hills and RE fans are just shite. I feel like Star Wars is a bit of a more fans are a bit of a bigger thing than Silent Hill or Silent Hill fans are so desperate for a game they probably wouldn't even care at this point. Like, oh fuck it, give me a Silent Hill game starring Mickey Mouse. I'll take it. Yeah, have Goofy in there too. But give me Silent Hill Kingdom Hearts crossovers. They'll take that. I mean, hell, they're like they're like vitamin deficient scurvy victims at this point. They're like, I need carrots or whatever. Resident Evil, I don't know. Resident Evil fans have gone through a ringer. They've had shit games. They've had great games. So I don't know. I feel like for the most part, they're like, they'll get over any shitty performance. That would actually rule. It would definitely be something maybe worth seeing in your life. Would love to see Goofy in Silent Hill. Are you Maria? Gosh. I mean, now that I did that joke, I kind of want to see it too. Steamboat Wiki Willie copyright expires next year. You know, there's actually already a horror game based off of like old timey cartoons. It's Bindi and the Ink Factory, right? Apparently, it's pretty good. Fans of any community can be shit. Yes, anytime you have a hardcore fan base of a long running series, there's gonna be shitty fans because you know shitheads sometimes like stuff too. Underground tunnel system of the parks alone would be work. You watch the episode in the Mandalorian? Okay. Imagine Silent Hill and nurses, but Disney princesses. Not a bad idea, actually. Though I don't think Disney would ever allow that. Can we get Silent Hill in the next Kingdom Hearts community? Let's just get Silent Hill back first, then we can discuss it getting weird, alright? Let's see what Capcom does with all the Silent Hill stuff they announced last year. If they one or two of those is good, maybe we can consider it a revived franchise. Want to see King of the Silent Hill. Now that's a crossover. God damn it, Bobby. Where'd you go? It's foggy out here. Someone will mod that Silent Hill game into Disney. Well, yes, everything gets modded to include, you know, weird things. Shrek appears in every game now. Hell, you want? There are demons everywhere, Bobby. Boom hour. Only thing I can give Star Wars fans is that they are not Trump fans. There's definitely Trump fans. There's a crossover there. There's always going to be Trump fans. Do you think there's Trump fans that don't like Star Wars? Or at the very least, classic Star Wars? Revive Silent Hill and actually make it good this time? Well, that's, yeah, it's kind of necessary. You can't really get the revival if they're not good. I'm going to tell my WDI friends about this. Yes, tell them about my stream. Give them links. Like, hey, come check this shit out. They're deeply confused by why they like Star Wars, but they do love Well, Star Wars has like cultural clout. It's one of those kind of things, so everyone knows about it, even if they don't like it. I'm worried about the Silent Hill 2 remake. Well, obviously, all of us are worried about it. It's Konami. Anything they release should be viewed suspect. And it's Blooper Team, who is a developer who has essentially been like shoving their resume under Konami's door to let them make a Silent Hill game since their inception. And they've tried their best to make Silent Hill inspired games, even like making the Medium, which is basically a Silent Hill game, only not. So it depends on how tight their leash is, really, when it comes to the remake. Sup, Dartman, just put in my 2 weeks. What to do next? I'm assuming you're on your time off. Enjoy yourself. Relax. Go do something you haven't done in a while, but you've been wanting to do again. I don't know. You do you, King. Do what makes you happy. Medium good, it's alright. It's not bad, it's alright. It's nothing you're gonna be like wowed with. It's got a nice mechanic of having like two worlds that you play in at the same time, and a nice hell world art style that they ripped off from like a famous Polish artist. But other than that, some of the themes of the game kind of fall flat. And there's no combat in either to it, so it's really just like walking and solving puzzles. What is the worst game I've ever streamed? That I've ever streamed? Well, see, there's Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What else did I stream that I really hated? Forspoken. Forspoken was definitely, especially toward the end, was pretty terrible. But probably Valhalla. Vampire was also really bad. There's quite a few that'd be hard to pick from. You want to watch those Valhalla streams? They're on the stream archive. But it's a lot of streams because that took over 100 hours to get through. You work with stupid people. What are you about? Hey, so do I. I live stream and post on YouTube. Vampire, Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Origins. Wait, Origins? I don't remember hating Origins actually, even though it was like the first of that new series of Assassin's Creed games. I don't remember like despising it because it still had a normal length. Odyssey I did not like, but once Valhalla came out, it blew my dislike of Odyssey out of the water. Detroit Become Human was the worst game you ever streamed? Why? It's not a bad game, actually. It's probably David Cage's best technical game. Will I sin Forspoken? Yes. I plan to sin it. I've already played through it. I just gotta, hopefully get an opportunity to. Maybe I can do it after I finish up the Resident Evil 4 video. I should maybe have enough time to put it in there before the next round of big releases. Dude at work has a Empire did nothing wrong tattoo despite them being space Nazis with a planet-killing weapon. Probably says something about your friend then, doesn't it? Maybe he just likes edgy comments. I'm excited for David Cage's Star Wars game. Yes, because it's David Cage, and I want to see what he cracked out shit he'll do. Because it's bound to be something I would not expect. I just hope Disney doesn't put too tight of a leash on him and you'll compromise his creative spirit. That's David Cage's best game. I can only shudder what his worst game is. His worst game, it's either Heavy Rain or that, what's it called? Omicron, the Nomad Soul. He actually doesn't have that many games. He's got Omicron, then he has Fahrenheit, then Heavy Rain, then Beyond Two Souls. Though some people probably argue Beyond Two Souls is the worst game as well. Then Detroit. So it's really like 5 games. Are we gaming or just we're gaming, but there's only so much game to play tonight. I've only got like Fears of Fathom won't take long to get through, and then I have a walking simulator essentially after that. So we're just having an extended like, hey, this is a just chatting part of the game stream, and it seems like you guys are enjoying it, except for 1 or 2 of you. Like I came for the games, not for you. Heavy Rain game is memes, yeah, but overall the other game is boring as shit. The glitches are the funny part, and they don't happen except for except for one lucky player. You come for potentially made up stories. Wait, are you saying I make up shit? I usually don't even tell that many stories, at least about my life, and I assure you they're all true. Cozy as fuck right now. Disney, no, Mr. Cage, we will not let you have a 30-minute droid sex scene. Is this trend of like get a name exactly how long the sex scene is it becoming a new meme after that old joke about the 6-hour one in Atomic Heart? Beyond Two Souls was worse. I mean, it was Beyond Two Souls though is bad. I'll give you that, but it's one of those games that's so bad that it's still entertaining. I don't see how you can't be entertained with how just fucking stupid that game is. The next AC game was twice as long as Valhalla. Would you even consider playing it? I would have to definitely consider it. Thankfully, though, we already know that's not the case. So, like, the next one's going to play more like traditional Assassin's Creed game, supposedly. Talking about this game? Oh, this game. Oh, well, okay. Now I see what you're talking about. Do you have comfort game that you start a playthrough every now and then? That changes, throughout, time from time. I mean, there's been games I would go back to and play just for fun. Like, last year, for instance, I would like boot up and play, Forspoken a lot whenever I just had like some time to kill. Then toward the end of it, I was also playing a decent amount of Overwatch 2 whenever I just wanted to kill some time. But as for single player games, not a lot. I mean, I played through Deus Ex, FF9, Resident Evil 4, and Half-Life 2 quite a few times just for like, yeah, gotta do something right now. Donkey's video on If Heavy Rain remains one of the funniest videos on YouTube ever made, huh? How much do you think this Assassin's Creed Samurai game is going to rip off Ghost of Tsushima? Well, let's be fair a little bit. Ghost of Tsushima is stepping on Assassin's Creed toes a little bit there. Just that it did it a little bit better in terms of gameplay. So, I mean, it's going to be a game set in a historical period of Japan. So there's already that. So I don't think that's stepping on Ghost of Tsushima's toes because that's Assassin's Creed's thing. So I guess stepping on their toes would mean you can either play as like a samurai or a ninja at the same. I don't know. I don't know what that would actually mean. Stepping on their toes in this situation. I just think the Ghost of Tsushima will definitely end up being a superior game to it. Forspoken? What about Forspoken? Like 2 people yelled it at me. So tempted to get the Ezio trilogy. Yeah, I've only ever played Assassin's Creed 2 though. Those games. Did I just hear you say Forspoken was a comfort game? No. Did I say that? I meant to say Valheim, but maybe because I was talking about Forspoken, it just came up in my mind. But Valheim was the game I would go back to and boot up and play some more of. Slip of the tongue, apparently. They ever reveal what time period the Japanese Assassin's Creed game is? I don't know if they did or not. Said Forspoken, yeah, apparently just because I'd been talking about that previously, it was just popped in my brain. Yeah, it's definitely not, I haven't played that since I finished it. And I hated every moment of it. You want a night version of Ghost of Tsushima? Well, you mean as like in Europe or something? I mean, all right. That there is a game sort of like that. It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance. I like it when devs are open about their inspirations, like the Jedi Survivor director has admitted that Ghost of Tsushima inspiration for the multiple stances. Jedi Survivor. That's a new one coming up, right? Did you say for? Yeah, I ever explained those. This is my brain going somewhere else. About to make a storyline for Kate about this game. I will let you know when I come out. I hope it goes well. Hopefully that you get it made to an actual game. Kingdom Come, yeah, it is a game you can make fun of with the name, but I actually own it, but I've never played it. Kingdom Come Deliverance, but maybe at some point I'll play it. It's called Inre Simulator. Himbo Dart. I am always a himbo. You cackling like the Joker when Forspoken went white was legend. Well, that last day I streamed that game, it was literally like breaking my mind with how everything was breaking around me because nothing was working in the game. So you just I had to, it's like, me protecting my sanity by laughing at it. Kingdom Come is definitely worth a try. It's a unique. I always heard the combat is a mess though. Like the combat is like hard to ever make it work properly. And the save system is also like weird as well. Never understood the backlog memes. Like, do y'all really buy video games and don't play them? Yeah, several people do. Sometimes you buy them on sale and you just don't have time to play at that moment in time, and it just like gets, you kind of, your mind goes to other places, and you're like, oh yeah, I do own that. Game fucked Dartigan so hard his mind broke. Yeah, I got cucked by mind broken. Weird way of putting it, but yeah, I mean, it's to a degree. To a degree. But I recovered. Excuse me, big money? Okay, Jesus Christ. Big money. Look at this guy over here buying video games like he's rich. Fucking bougie ass bastard. No, it's almost like it's his job or something. It's almost like they're tax write-offs for him. Of all GameSins videos, which one are your favorites or are you most proud of? I've mentioned several times. I really like my Until Dawn video, though. Well, I like that because it's the very first game I ever live streamed. So I definitely see a big, quality jump there. I like my Resident Evil 7 video because it's the most popular video on the channel for, good reasons. I actually like a lot of the Resident Evil videos I've done. I like a lot. Basically, I really like a lot of the videos I've made over the past 2 years because I think I've been on top of my game when it comes to writing them. So I'm actually don't cringe at them if I go back and watch them like some of my older ones. Probably dating a supermodel. Oh yeah, hey babe, bring me like my bacon and marshmallow sandwich. Yeah, that's right. Get to it, toots. Yeah, that's all right. I keep her naked all the time just because. Why not? It's my lifestyle. Just have to get used to it. Twits. Can we bring back twits? Twits. 1 hour 43 minutes. I've only been streaming for 44 minutes. Where are you getting that extra hour? Dart's a streamer. Of course, he's dating a super. Yeah, that's very common amongst us streamers. We all date supermodels. Wouldn't be naked all the time get boring? Not for me. Did you miss high pitch Dartigan in your older videos? Not really, because I've never had a high pitch. That was all fake. That was me pitching my voice up in editing, as well as like me trying to talk with a higher point of voice. Yeah, I've always preferred to be myself. Once I learned that people actually liked my tone of voice, like, okay, maybe shouldn't do that anymore. Plus, it was also given a different microphone, so it was a bit shittier quality as well. And that was one way of hiding the shittier quality. was wondering why you sounded different. Well, like I said, one, if you really want to hear by when I was really pitch hitting my voice around, it was back when I was doing the Titanfall vids. Uh, but once I started doing game sins, I gradually stopped doing that. But I've also changed up how I edit things since then. So I actually have changed it by doing less and less audio editing, except to, like, normalize and everything else. And also I've changed equipment a couple times too. That'll also have an effect on how it sounds. FF13 videos are still some of my favorite videos on YouTube. Oh, well, thank you. Just letting you know, I'm thinking about making a storyline about you for this game. I mean, I'm flattered. Truly. Your voice is lovely. Yeah, you don't need to modulate your tone. Yeah, well, yeah, I've learned that since then. Equipment is pretty huge. Yeah, when I first started doing it, I had pretty shitty equipment. I was using a voice recorder instead of an actual microphone. So I would, like, record it onto an SD card and transfer it over my computer and everything else. Like, I think you can actually barely hear me in my, I think it's my Watch Dogs 1 video that kind of came out badly. And then when I finally got an actual proper microphone, I funked it up by recording it in stereo, even though I had the one source. So if you go back and watch my, which one is it? Battlefield Hardline, the one where you play as cops, then you only hear my audio coming out of one speaker. I screwed it up. Listen to your old videos, you sound funny. Well, that's anyone who's done entertainment online for any length of time. If you go back and listen to their old stuff, you're going to hear those kind of differences because they've had the same story where they've changed their equipment several times, changed up their editing style of how they put it together. So there's very few people that have a perfectly consistent sound to their audio for the entire scope of their career. That was a different person. Yeah, we just changed the voice actor. Different Dartigan back then. Just wasn't doing it. Didn't do his job right. Right, so yeah, I think we're ready to start playing, chat, now that I've killed next to an hour of stream time. Right, so today, Carson House, the last of the ones that is currently available. I've heard this is also the best one. Forgot we were playing a game? My name is Noah. I'm a 28-year-old male from the Midwest. I have no idea why I'm sending this, but I hope my story can be a lesson. This happened to me when I was 18. But I remember this incident like yesterday as a trauma dictated a major part of my life. If you have no games to play, you can always just do chatting streams or you take suggestions from chat on what to play, watch. Yeah, but chat always gives me terrible suggestions whenever I've asked for them. For a little background, my dad was a realtor and almost always became friends with his clients. One day he came home and pitched me a small job offer for the weekend. One of his old clients was going away for a few days and needed somebody he could trust to watch over his house. The man worked as a COO at a local media company. Dad told me the man would pay me $100 just to watch the house and do some basic chores. I accepted the offer. I had nothing interesting going for the weekend. Besides, I thought I could use the time to get my schoolwork done. Plus, I wasn't picky where my pocket money came from. My dad drove me to the house. Weirdly, this game has a better rain than Resident Evil 4 Remake. You should train an AI to have your voice and we could have fun with it. I mean, you can do that on your own, you realize. Wait, that was babysitting a house. This is a laundromat. Not the first time. Weirdly, I've played another game sort of like this that was also set in a laundromat last year. Did you know 2001: A Space Odyssey is 55 years old today? I wasn't keeping track, but I knew it was like from the 60s. Or was it the 70s? Whichever one it is. Want to work from home? $25 an hour. Adventures of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, we're not employees. Okay, do I have laundry to do? I'm assuming that's why I'm at a laundromat. I don't see a basket of clothes. Very cheap, you miss it. Pop is also 85 cents, so this is likely set in the 90s. He said he was 18 at this time, and he's currently like 29 or 28, so it's 10 years ago if it's like from like modern day, so no, not exactly. It'd be early 2000s. Or actually early 2010s, never mind. It depends on what the setting is though, we don't really have all the details. We played the arcade game. Super Boom? Super Void. No. It should be a cheap part of the state. It has that look of like old Main Street, doesn't it? Alright, I guess we're going down into the employees only section. Okay, yeah. That's what's in the back area of our... Okay. I think we're having a good old-fashioned dream sequence. You hear that they're rebooting Harry Potter? I did not. How does that work? Bleach? You mean the anime? Where did you put it? What is this place? Where is Bleach? I need Bleach. What even is this place? Who are you? I said I need Bleach. Noah. Noah? Nap time's over. We're here. We're here. You said you could do this. Wake up now. Wake up, Noah. Noah, wake up. Undertaker, they spend too much time on their social media with fans, ruining the illusion of Kifabe. Kifabe? Never keeping up the act. They're never in character. It's disgraceful. I don't really care. Everyone knows it's fake anyways. No one really watches it for the drama. Like, I know it's fake. I'm just here to get drunk while I watch it. Noah, wake up. Still think you can do this? How long did I doze off for? Doesn't matter. Can you do this now? I got it, Dad. Roy called and said the key should be under the fake rock. Got it. He said it's in the backyard. And like I said, keep the doors locked and don't open the door for anyone. Heard you the first time, Dad. Okay, now get your ass to work. You know I'm the only one in it for the snacks. I'm just here for Snickers. This came out saying, yeah, we're running out of ideas, so we're rebooting the movies. So, all of them? I mean, that wasn't even that long ago. God, our entertainment. You know what? Maybe we should have AI doing all of entertainment if that's what all the humans are coming up with. I have a math notebook on me, so I'm doing homework while I work. So you're cleaning someone's house? House sitting, actually. How's the stream running, by the way? For a game like this, it should be running fine. Smooth. Had to get the key from the backyard. under the rock. WSG yourself. What's going on? Yeah, we're just here having a good time. That's what we're doing. I got a little wet. Oh. So did I. Wasn't I actually talking about being chased by a Rottweiler not just the other night? Still didn't say anything about a dog, you know. Fetch boy. Okay, there's supposed to be a rock back here, right? Fake rock was by the old doghouse. Okay. Are you more afraid of alien movies or AI taking over? Well, AI is actually a realistic thing that could be, you know, could go very wrong. Unlike aliens. God, we suck at throwing frisbee. The rock is near the doghouse, but oh, doghouse, not dog. Okay, never mind. Fake rock key. Look at that, we get inventory. There were intergalactic alien life with warships that could travel through space. They'd be here already and we'd be fucked. Yeah, but why would they want to kill us? Answer me that first. What's their reason? See those humans, fuck them in particular. Some really good writing you get going. Like I always wanted to. Earth has some good resources. All the resources of Earth you can find pretty much everywhere. In fact, you don't have to fight for them. You want water? Plenty of water in space. You want rocks and metals? I mean, like, you know, heavy metals? You can get way more of that from mining asteroids. You do not need to invade Earth and kill all the monkeys on it to get, you know, resources. Crusade for spreading the religion? Okay, that one's a bit more plausible. Oh, what's on TV? Ah, the chess channel. 24 hours of chess. Those who love chess. Oh, aliens, never mind.
I need coffee to awaken. Energizer.
You know, this actually brings up both the conversations of AI and aliens, because this feels like it was made by either one of those. Removes.
I am awake.
Are we like tuned into the indoctrination channel?
Pretty good.
Aliens might not have the same reasoning as us. They do. Well, if they're here for resources, that is a very simple understanding that we would have in common, because Rail was too lazy to model the garage. Oh, breaking the, you know, the game a little bit, huh? Like breaking the fourth wall. But if they're here for resources, then yeah, we can understand them totally. What? Got a filming studio here. This is it a YouTuber's house. What's up, gamers? No, it's Angry Joe's house. There we go. We're house sitting for Angry Joe. This is where he performs all of his hilarious skits. They done fucked it up. April Fool's Adult Swim replicated some of their shows with AI mid-journey. It was fucking terrifying. What, they was animated or just like single images? Because AI mid-journey, I played around with that. It only creates images. Like, so I guess I use something else to animate them. If you want a good example of someone creating something actually kind of interesting with AI art, go watch the Harry Potter Balenciaga. Yo, that is fucking mwah, good stuff. You're a Balenciaga, Harry. Some of you probably already seen it, actually. Master has given Dobby Balenciaga. Dobby is free. What's the next game Sins game? Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil. I could do it like the original announcer. Resident Evil 4. There is no good or evil. There is only Balenciaga, and those too weak to seek it. So GMC, thank you for the gift sub to Sneaky Mix. You know, I like a stock fridge. Bread. The Harry Potter stuff, they're rebooting it as a TV show for, of course, it's a TV show. For all the money is these days, apparently. I guess that makes more sense than rebooting it into new movies. Okay, we'll wait before we go down to the creepy basement. Realized the house was way bigger than ours. Yeah, you're finding out what your real living's like. First class citizen. Babysitting for the bourgeoisie.
Hello.
What's the story of this game? We're house sitting for someone?
My name is Cora. Welcome to the Novstrock.
Welcome to the LSD channel.
Getting bigger. We must go around. We have extracted a great amount of berry.
Shut up, Boris. Nobody cares.
Yeah, okay. Fuck this, I'm out. You too spooked? Too spooked, Mr. Cool Guy, by the TV? Look, it's just a little tiny bit of LSD and our entertainment. Just a touch. You know, everybody of good entertainment needs drugs. Oh, what? You're missing the seat! You're missing— oh, you fucking ingrate. Pissing all over the place. Jesus Christ, man. You made your house sitting. You already made a mess. Thanks for taking up the job, kid. I really appreciate you doing this. I'm sorry I had to leave early, Mr. Caution. This school is full of assholes. I know, right, but I don't think you're an asshole. I don't think you're either. Let me call you in a bit. Fuck, I'm reading messages. Stop it. Fucking stop it. Stop! Pick up. Really wish you could come tonight. Me too. Things you do to keep your old man happy. No, I haven't been a good kid to him. If your dad doesn't think you're a good kid, I don't even want to know what mine thinks about me. Rolling on the floor laughing. I think I really disappointed him with Kara. Not again, Noah. You have to stop. Doesn't want a response? Shut the fuck up. Doesn't work that way, apparently. Wasn't your fault, Noah. You had to stop beating yourself up about it. Wait, did that bitch call you again? I just can't help but still feel so stupid. Wasn't your fault, period. Anyways, you got... Stop! You've got some making up to do here. The Grudge next weekend, wink wink. 100%, 100%, wink wink. Emoji, emoticon. This little baby... hat. I'm honestly jealous of Ava, rolling the floor laughing. I know, right? Just had this weirdest dream ever. But what was it about? Weird reminds me of cooking with Jeffrey on Channel 10 last night. By the way, the rerun must be on right now. You gotta watch with me. Wait, that place got a TV? Haha, you hold on. Wait, what was all this about? Mr. Caution? My bad, it's Roy got this contract from Walter. Work is really getting the best of me here. Oh, no problem, Mr. Carson. My pleasure, really, haha, he's my dad. I would have asked for anyone if it wasn't for Zeke. Zeke? The boy's been a little sick lately. Oh, I'll take care of him in the house. Now, if that I'm here, you have nothing to worry about, Mr. Carson. You're a lifesaver, kid. Speaking of him, I wanted to remind you it's his dinner time. You could get him his dog food from the basement. Right on it. Dog food from the basement. I know I was done with it. You sure are. Better clean it though. Get the brush. Carson's bedroom had that weird smell of wet clothes. You could watch the TV downstairs. How about no remake of Harry Potter? I mean, we can always get behind that. I mean, we were living our lives just fine without one. Plus, you know everyone's gonna be comparing the new casting to the old casting. Like, you know what? I think the movie casting was better. I would not envy whoever they cast for it. I gotta admit, that was some really solid casting for the original movies. Open it from here. I like a good laundry room for some reason. You have your own room for it, huh? It's just like shoved into a hallway closet. Wasn't gonna try to open it. So Carson's office looked like a good spot I could sit down to work at. Okay. We gotta go feed the dog first. Oh, is he like a streamer? I don't know. I don't know. He's got a lot of, maybe he is. He's got like a green screen downstairs. Got a microphone set up here. Okay. Looks like this guy is your competition. I didn't see anything video game related in his house though. Probably just like a gambling streamer. He streams on Kick, you know. I will pee in every single toilet in this house. No one can stop me. No, even worse, he's a Facebook streamer. Basement was a little too dark. I need the dog food. Those movies are perfect how they are. There's no need to reboot them. If you want another book to start a franchise of, try Red Rising, huh? Right. I almost forgot. I apologize for those lights in the basement. You can grab the flashlight in the storage room upstairs. It's no problem. All right. It's one of those Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Ball gacha YouTube. That's a thing? Well, there are gacha tubers, that's for sure. Storeroom, storeroom. How much money does a gotcha tuber make? I don't know, but all of it depends on how many viewers they have. So they don't have a lot of viewers, and they're probably actually losing money on whatever they're doing. How don't the light switches work? Streamers make money? I know, right? Weird. Only Dragon Ball content on YouTube that I see is edits. No, there's actually a lot of anime YouTubers out there. You can usually tell them by their thumbnails, where they basically do massive, massive fucking clickbait. Oh boy, you think about you think you know clickbait? The anime YouTubers got everybody beat with clickbait. Anime YouTubers are like, you take like an entertainment, vlogger or whatever, if someone like vlogs about entertainment, then add a healthy dose of conspiracy theory onto it. And like that's how they get their thumbnails. It's like the most insane bullshit you can think of. Like, make me a thumbnail looks like it's like a still from the anime. It would be complete bullshit, and I'll make it go, and it's fine. No one will care. I've definitely seen like stuff from like anime that I've watched, and like, wait, that didn't even remotely happen. What the fuck? Either you fail at reading comprehension, or you just like you were a king of clickbaiting bullshit, sir. Where's this goddamn flashlight at? No, I didn't want. What? Going calculus that night. No, you weren't doing that. No such thing. You were looking for flashlights. What's the sort of content in these clickbaits? A lot of the ones I've seen, it'll basically just be them wildly posting their theories on, what's gonna happen in the coming weeks or months or years. Yeah, but they'll present it in the form, they'll make a thumbnail that looks like it's like a still frame from whatever anime they're speaking of. And then it'll be something just wildly stupid that never happened, but what's up guys, this is your boy, like, Anime Whisperer 43. Yeah, so I want to talk about, chapter 89 of Tatsuki Takanuki, 420. What just went down in it, my god, it changes everything. So, I mean, just look up, go look up any Naruto, yeah, I think, Naruto is pretty bad for it. Or Boruto, I guess it is. Boruto, Naruto, whatever it is, anime. Like, go look, just take a look at the thumbnails. Like, every one of them's like, here's like, Hinata getting like, butt monster powers or some shit. Like, it's like, what the fuck, man? I don't even watch this shit, but my god. Any media theory YouTubers, yeah, they're basically like that. Where is the flashlight? This is a storeroom, right? This looks like a storeroom to me. Flashlight should be here. Fuck it, I'm not gonna do my homework then. I did have schoolwork to do, but I wasn't feeling it at the time. Oh, we can log on? Meow meow? We gotta find the cat's name. You'll have fun for me. I gotta head to my buddy's birthday party. Have a good time. Don't get too drunk. Right, so you can grab the flashlight in the storage room upstairs. Yeah, this is a bedroom, but the other, I don't know what, I looked in the storage room. There was no flashlight. But the password starts with a P and ends with Y. Let's hope for better taste. I'm assuming it's his cat's name, if he had a cat. He only has a dog right now, though. Flashlight is there. Where I can't see anything though. In the storage room? Yeah, I went to the storage room, but I couldn't find it there either is the problem. Wait. Oh, there it is. Found it. Blind. Okay, yes, it was dark. So blinding is, you know, perfectly logical. Dog food. Is the dog food? I think it's coffee. Well, actually, no, there's a dog on it, so that probably is the dog food. Just got her. Are we back in the house from episode 1? No, this is a different episode. This is episode 3, and it's a different house. Not feeling great. I'm gonna go lay down. You have fun. Sorry you're feeling bad, man. Hopefully you recover soon. I'm gonna go feed this here dog. Okay, buddy. He's growling. Had to open the can. Oh, kitchen. Delicious dog chow. Was the gameplay similar to the other episodes? Each episode has a few is slightly different. Like the episode 2 had you like driving down a dark road, and then like going to a motel. And the first one was really kind of simple since it was just you in a house doing like a few things and then like a weird home invader showing up. Episode 3 so far has had the housing again, but it seems like it's the most well developed of them so far. Feed the dog. Come eat up, boy. You're the slowest dog for its food I've ever seen. Blaring is. I don't know why I kept going back to that pool that night, but it was kind of fun. I got really wet. Is this giving me like a bad ending? Too wet to live. I don't think it matters. Hey kid, heard from Walter you're a computer whiz, huh? I have a favor to ask. My computer has been acting weird lately and my whole security system is tied to it. Oh yeah? Got a whole security system set up here? Love how the music's spooky and nothing's happening. You know, well, it's called building the atmosphere. Well, I'm gonna need your password, sir. I have a lot of expensive equipment laying around. Don't want anything happening to it. Yeah, I understand. I'll just take a look at your computer. in your browser history. Thanks, kid. Oh yeah, didn't we have to watch TV with our friend?
Hello. Welcome to Cooking with Jeffrey. I'm Jeffrey, and today we are cooking cat food. I love
It's
making
on. Are you watching
It's
cat
my
food?
favorite dish. It's super enjoyable and healthy.
It's my favorite
Doesn't that
dish.
just
Hee
look
hee.
delicious? We can't eat this. It's raw.
Do you have more
So
gains than
first,
Jack
we're
Krauser?
going to
No, because I don't do
gently pour the
steroids
cat
or
food
Plagas.
onto this conveniently placed pan on a stove.
I am pretty decent shape though.
Listen to the sizzle,
Could be better though.
like a
Fry
baby
the cat food.
suckling upon a mother's bosom. Oh, lucky baby. Okay, now while that's
It's
cooking,
fucking raw.
work on an appetizer.
Jeffrey really just be Jeffrey
I
sometimes.
will be preparing what's known as a piece of cardboard dipped in milk. We will need a piece of cardboard.
What network is this on?
A glass.
Channel 10?
And some milk.
Have a Chad body? No.
To start, we poured the milk into the
I'm just in
glass.
better than average shape.
Next, we dip the cardboard into the milk.
Thanks, kid. Oh, Jesus Christ, what?
Doesn't that just look
I also think you should get the groceries before it gets too dark outside. There's some cash in my nightstand. Groceries.
we can
Come on,
finally
Mr. Carson.
serve it. This looks
Washboard
amazing.
abs. Abs are not worth the effort. One, you have to have really low body fat, which means a very strict diet. And, I mean, I have good muscle on my stomach, but I don't think I'd ever really want to go through the effort of getting abs for like a couple months out of every year. Oh god, I hate these ads. I'm sorry, Eve. Think I gotta run. This dude's on my ass right now. Wants me to get groceries in the middle of the night.
Highest quality hands for you.
The hand merchant.
Too many fingers. I'll take them. Not enough fingers? I'll give you more fingers.
Oh, you're missing the best part.
Love hands. They're great. I got so much hands. Amazing hands. I'll sell you good quality hands. Come on down today to buy some hands. I have nice
This game
hands.
take place in the Harvester universe.
Hello, I'm the hand merchant. Buy some hands. Don't have hands? I'll give you hands.
I can has hands.
I'll take 'em. I got the best hands. Only the highest quality hands for
Remember that meme chat? I can has hamburgers, cheeseburgers. Oh, people laugh so much. Right, mic stand. You worked at the hand merchant. Does that mean you have a hand job? Good joke. Not a bad joke. Cash. For your trouble, get something for yourself as well. It's on the house. Thank you. What a nice man. Okay, do we need... I don't think we need to take the flashlight with us, do we? We left it on the table. You can take Alex's bike. It's outside the garage. You have a Discord server? Yes, you can type in the code into Discord into chat to get a link, or you can scroll down and click on the Discord banner. Oh, actually, I thought it was gonna like transport me there. No, we get like take this bitch for a spin. Which way am I going for the though? By the way. Welcome to Nux. Nux. We could make a Chuck's feed and seed joke here, but I feel that's a little overdone. Nux, formerly Cucks. Hi, you doing good? Doing good, you? Doing good. Use a shopping basket. Alright, what do we, ranch. Okay, we need ranch. Ranch. Strawberry jelly. Strawberry jelly. It looks like preserves, okay, strawberry. What? Hey, son, do you work here? No. Possibly. Why? Looking for mustard. My son likes mustard, but I can't find it for the life of me. Do you know where it is? Let me get it for you, ma'am. Oh, how nice of you. I'll be right over here. Mustard. Ma'am, your mustard. Is that mustard in your basket? I smell mustard. Could you get me one too? Here, take your fucking mustard. There you go, lady. You find mustard? No, wait. I found your fucking mustard. Very well. There it is. I'll give the mustard. Thank you, son. Okay. Authentic shopping experience. Alright, Choco spread. Choco Cops. And speak of the devil. Turner and Andy. Bro, your girl was here. She just left. My girl? What was her name? Kara or something? Dude, I said they're not dating anymore. Oh yeah. He hopped to that other chick so quick I didn't even realize. Don't listen to him, but dude, she's bought tons and tons of cans. Think she's throwing like a party or something, you know? Anything about it? Bro, she looks way older without the makeup. MILF energy, bro. MILF energy. Ew, I think she's more of like a goth. Goth MILF energy, bro. Well, you grew up, Turner. Anyways, dude, what are you up to tonight? Nothing. Just chilling house sitting for the guy Carson tonight. You mean Alex? He goes to school with my sister. Heard kid's a real weirdo, especially since his parents split up. Whatever, fills my pocket, I'm in for. Alright, dude, see you at school on Monday then. See you around, Andy. Oh, ma'am. Okay, Choco spread. Where's the, see, Choco Cops. Where's the okay, spread is probably like, okay, like Nutella. This is really the only shopping you'll place in town. Nut. Nut butter. Nut. Come on. I think this is the Choco spread, right? What else would it be? I see chocolate and I see the word spread. Right, milk and eggs. What? You're breaking vegan. Breaking vegan inch. The only store for cucks in the state, the special cuck mart. Milk. He didn't say what kind of milk. Do you want almond milk? 2% whole? Organic? Well, you only get this anyways. You need egg. egg. Did you get the strawberry jelly? No, not yet. Right. Get honey and rice. Uncle Tony's only. Right. What kind of meal are you making with this, by the way? Where's honey at? Gonna hit the, hey, I got shit to do tomorrow. Hey, man, you have a good night, Mr. McCully, Mr. Cool Guy. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And thanks for joining the Discord as well, I believe. Honey? Hot sauce. Don't remember buying anything Mr. Carson didn't ask for. Well, I'm looking for the hunter. No, I don't want fucking juice. Throw that shit out. Don't need energy drink. Curry sauce. Oh, there's the honey. Alright, ketchup. Don't forget the milk and eggs. I already got that. Alright, so I just need strawberry jelly and ketchup. I think we got everything. It's gonna make 1 6 sandwich. No, I need garden peas. Almost forgot the precious garden peas. Have a good night. Oh yeah, you too. Garden peas. Shit. It's in my basket flying. Zap soda, Maxicone. Garden peas. Probably frozen peas is what I'm assuming, but I didn't see anything that looked like it. This is these, and I can't see the name of it. No, that looks like sushi. This is the meat. Solid white. Oh, what is this? BB on. I don't know what that is. Doesn't look like peas though. Baked beans, coconut, sweet corn, honey pea, garden peas. Wasn't frozen after all. Alright, I think we got the entire list. Yeah. Ranch, strawberry jelly, chocolate, spread relics, milk and eggs. Get garden peas, get honey. Also, get something for ourselves. What do we want, Chad? What do we want to snack on? A runner bar? I can't even pick those up. You know, we gotta get chips. We gotta get some chips. Guys, gotta have... Yo, get the big bag. There you go. That's our snack. Looks heavy, kid. Should I bill all that to you? Should I bill all that for you? No, hold on. Wait, what? No. Wait, don't have it everything? What's going on? You just leave. Fuck. Hey, kid, bill that. I'm trying to, but you won't take my money. Oh, I gotta go around there. I'm on the wrong side. No? Mr. Carson didn't leave enough money for me to buy extra stuff. I thought he said I could have something. Okay, fine. He said there, like, hey, get something for yourself as well. Yes. Thanks for shopping, and Nux, you have a good one. Paper bag. I'm supposed to ride with this. This is reminding me of my childhood right now. I did a lot of grocery runs on my bike. Oh, fuck. This is kind of embarrassing a bit, but I didn't know how to ride a bike at the time. What? There went all the stuff we just bought. Wait, I'm on, no, get on the bike. I wonder if, like, the amount of people who know how to ride bikes is actually going down. Never thought of that before. Probably not. Put a check for a bad ending. I'm almost assuredly you do. Or you do get one. I'm 28. I don't know how to ride a bike. Well, I'm not gonna shame you for it. I had to pee again. I was starting to feel a little hungry around that time. Bladder, so small. I still have a lot of homework to catch up on. Oh, I seem to have run into the town's invisible wall. Never learned. It's pretty easy. Then again, I haven't, you know, they always say you never forget how to ride a bike, but it's been years since I rode one, so I wonder if that's true. Is this the house? I think this is the house, isn't it? I'm home. I just like put this here. I mean, none of it really needs to be well, then I thought I'd get some schoolwork done. I know the eggs and stuff need to be refrigerated, but all right, leave it there. They don't refrigerate eggs or milk in Europe, which is what? I mean, technically, eggs will last longer if you don't refrigerate them. I mean, they'll last longer if you do refrigerate them, but I don't see any reason not to stick them in your where else would you stick them? But the milk? That's fucking insane to me. Like, as you leave your milk out and don't refrigerate it. What's wrong with you Europeans? That's like, I like drinking room temperature milk that's curdled. That can't be true, right? Really just had to pee first. Alright, I'll pee. Bullshit, my milk is in the fridge. Or maybe they mean some other... Well, Europe's a lot of places, you know? Could be one of the more uncivilized parts of Europe. Like where, like, Leon Kennedy shot a bunch of people. Alright, make sure you don't aim for the rim this time, kid. There you go. Spain? We don't know that for sure. They never actually say Spain. It's never been confirmed. It's just a country very much like Spain. Oh man, you're blowing up my phone. Dude, you said you're at Carson's, right? You need to see this. Search up Roy Carson divorce on the internet right now. No, I can't send any messages. Did he ever give me the password to his computer? Alan, okay, thanks, kid. Ollie Carson, 538, okay. Ollie Carson, 5387. Oh, okay, it just does it automatically. Alright, so, antivirus. System has encountered a critical error. Guess the flag. What country? Wow. Very, well, I think everyone knows that one at this point. What country is this flag? Well, we can think it's definitely not Canada. I'm thinking Latvia. Yep. Didn't feel like it's a Maldives type flag. It had more decoration if it was. What country is this flag from? Is that a golf club and an AK-47 on the flag? Maybe that's a tell where it's from. Mozambique? Yeah, I'm not so good with flags. I'm more about locating a country on a map. What country is this flag? St. Vincent and the... Yeah, I love the country of St. Vincent and the... Vanuatu? No idea. We got a flag expert in chat. What country is this flag? Okay, it's definitely not Netherlands or Sweden. I'm thinking it's... Yeah, it's either... I think it's Azerbaijan, right? Kyrgyzstan? Yeah, I knew it wasn't these two. These two flags I know. Country is this? Oh, that's definitely gonna be a... Yeah, that's either Papua New Guinea or Madagascar. St. Vincent. Yeah, what is the St. Vincent and the? What is the part of it that's cut off? The country of St. Where the fuck? There's a country called St. Vincent? Where the hell is that at? What country is this flag? Okay, yeah. That one is Paraguay, isn't it? It's Monaco? That's not Australia. Why is it the most all these countries no one lives in? Monaco? Well, we have Monaco as an option here. Micronesia. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is in the Caribbean. Oh, it's one of those very tiny island nations. Wow, that one I know. Taiwan? Wow, right after it, huh? Yo, this game you can no longer buy in China because of this question right here. They would not accept that word in this right here. Like, hold on a minute. Hold up there, Western boy. What do you mean by country? You know, this is the real China, is what this flag is. Now you can't watch my stream in China. What country is this flag? I want to say Angola. Burkina Faso, though. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. What country is this flag? Oh, that feels... We've already had Morocco, haven't we? Bahrain? El Salvador? It feels like an El Salvador flag. What country is this flag? We're almost done. Do we get a perfect score? That's definitely not Germany or Taiwan, so I'm thinking Costa Rica. Slavic? No, Slavic. Oh no, they keep... Wait, 13... Okay, what is it? 13... Okay, it keeps going. What country is this flag? That's India, isn't it? Yeah, I knew that one. What country is this flag? Ooh. Three-color bar. Djibouti. Yemen. Peru, Barbados, Liechtenstein. I'm thinking Barbados, right? Yeah, it's got the trident on it. Pine tree flag. Not Canada, I'm guessing Lebanon? Yeah, France and Canada's flag, so it's a 50-50. Do we have to go through every country? Is it just... I thought it was going to end at some point. Is this flag? That is... I'm not sure what Kosovo's flag looks like. Uruguay? Yeah, that's definitely an island. The only one here that's an island is Cyprus, isn't it? This goes on unlimited. Well, eventually you run out of countries and flags, but we're not gonna do it much longer. What country is this flag? Nauru? Panama? Oh, we got one wrong. Okay, that's the time to stop. I think that last one was Austria's flag, wasn't it, though? Egg. Guide to being a bear. Guide to being a better person. This is a story about how all my life got turned upside down. I was like to be. Being rude will discourage people. I've been programmed. I now must kill JFK. Sorry, it appears that something is wrong with the broadcast. In the meantime, enjoy some happy images. Puppy. Remain calm in any conversation. You'll lose your eyes. Now, even though what he said was controversial, did you stay calm? The secret of being calm is not let your feelings interfere with the conversation. Being calm makes you a better person. That's all we have for today. Alright, we need to... What's the egg? Oh... Program can't start because is missing from your computer. Try reinstalling the program to fix this problem. Alright, internet browser. What was it we need to search for? His name, right? One of those credits said Ligma. Ligma. So, Carson divorce. Alright. Really what it told me to search. Oh, Roy Carson divorce. Roy Carson, co-founder of BN Media, claims to be receiving death threats from the angry fans of his ex-wife. Roy Carson, co-founder of ex-wife. Oh, that's the dude? Hunter News. It's not unusual for audience to be nosy about some of the celebrities' personal matters, but sometimes it's just too overbearing. Something similar with the case of Roy Carson, the COO and co-founder of BN Media. After his very public breakup and divorce with his wife, former actress Alyssa Brown Carson has allegedly been receiving death threats from the fans of Alyssa Brown for the rumored infidelity that underwent within the said relationship. Sources say Roy Carson has had people knocking on his door to confront him. Alyssa hasn't been very vocal about this situation yet, but Hunter News is actively trying to reach out to her. So you, the reader, stays updated with the situation. Why didn't he tell me this before I took the job? Let's subscribe him to several newsletters so he gets a lot of emails. No? Also, okay. Okay, the doorbell's ringing. Hold on, though. Ah, Pornhub's down. Fuck. Huh? Search engine sucks. Fine. This is a Roy Carson. Oh, shit. Yeah, let me look at the security. Oh, who are you? This Five Nights at Freddy's? Yes, no one telling the truth. Pizza's here. Look, he'll tell. He can obviously tell I'm not like a 40-year-old bald man, right? So he's not gonna be angry at me. Dartigan. Who is it? Your delivery for your one medium size from Pizza Dippo, sir. I didn't order any pizza. Your one medium size pepperoni pizza, sir. Must be the wrong address. This is 224 Boulevard, right? That's correct. Ordered by the name of, Roy Carson. This gives me a bad ending. I'm gonna be very upset. Oh. Here. Look at that smile. Who couldn't trust it? Hey, this is probably a very strange request, but do you think I can wait inside until the rain's over? Oh. I'm not sure my dad would like that. This is not my house. I understand you can just say no. Well, you have a good day. You have a car right there. Why do you need to wait till... Why would you ask to stay in someone's house when your car is right there? I don't want to take the 10 feet to my car. I got pizza. Resident Evil 4 has taken over my brain, so I started a second playthrough immediately. I've actually been thinking of doing a second playthrough on, professional mode. I guess this is what the guy ordered for me. Thought I could watch some TV while eating. Oh shit, gotta turn the TV on. Pizza. Look out for some pizzas that should arrive any minute now. Enjoy. I'm getting fat, eating a whole pizza. Spooks. I think it's worse to eat a whole pizza or a whole lasagna. I'm not sure, but they're about the same. Good night, Noah. Hope everything's okay, sir. I got caught up with work. Good night, Eve. Sweet dreams, baby.
If you tell me what the radius of 2 squared is, I'll think about sparing you.
And why do we only get English TV on this station?
Jack Barnes. I have been held hostage by Mr. Holland for 37 days. He makes me solve math work until my head hurts. I can't escape. Can I use the bathroom?
I'm not even finished my pizza yet. Hurry, eat the last slice. Could be our last. Let me go check the security system. Not opening it without looking. Is that like a dead... Oh no, is that a dead animal leg? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is what the average Dartigan watcher looks like on a Friday night while like paranoid. Sitting there chowing down on pizza. I mean, I can think of worse experiences. is it? Oh, it's flowers. Didn't know what to make of it. Didn't want to catch cold. Can't do horror games because you're a scaredy cat. Quake used to make me run out of the living room. Quake? Never really thought of Quake as a horror game, but I guess it's got like horror elements to it. Oh, we got flowers. More daisies than roses. I guess those are the cheap flower, right? We go to bed. The groceries away, maybe? How's the dog? Dog's fine. Pizza, beer, and getting flowers delivered to my door. That's my usual Dartigan. Well, yeah, you know what? I'm glad. That's a healthy lifestyle. Did you like my flowers? My flowers. They were beautiful. Went straight into the vase. With it. Homework, then? I'm not sure what it wants me to do. Hey, how are you? What did you have for dinner? Fuck. Damn Android phones. Assumed it was the wrong number. Strange, but I dismissed the thought as a weird coincidence and moved on. As I had a lot of work to catch up on. Engrossment. Let my engrossment get fully downloaded. How do you think the serial killer Michael Myers think about cryptocurrency? I bet he's got some really nice NFTs. I was in the middle of my schoolwork, the power went off. Are you by yourself? Why do you keep ignoring me? Why are you always so mean to me? You are being very immature right now. Fine, if you're gonna be like that, I don't need you anyways. Todd is so much hotter anyways. What? Who's this Todd? Who are you? That moment I was almost certain that it had to be another prank by Turner. Knew guys like him very well. Besides him and Andy were the only people who knew I was at the house alone tonight. Okay, I can't see shit. I didn't have I lit the flashlight downstairs, you know. Dog is barking. Yeah, you're right. The dog. Ooh, don't like that. It's suddenly very cold outside. Boy? Boy? What do you got, boy? Zeke was acting very weird. How long will we be playing VHS Horror Index games? Only for tonight. I don't have any other ones. Unless I don't get through this one tonight. I have one more other than this one to play, so... Depends. I could tell... and if I like it, I could tell that somewhat it cut the power off from outside. It had to be Turner. He was really starting to... You can just do that from someone's power box? You need, like, tools for that and shit, right? Usually that comes locked. This ain't like your breaker box. How am I liking thinking this is the best episode of the 3 so far? I guess since they've been making money, you'll put more into it, because the first one was very simple. Puppet Combo. I actually tried playing one of their games, that one it's like Murder House. And it's alright. I think they have another one now, though. You said we'd stay friends. Turner, this is not funny, I know it's you. Flipping breakers would be faster, although bolt cutter, yeah, you need like some equipment to cut someone's power at the box like that. Shoo! Shoo! Sorry. Alright, back upstairs. Where are the stairs? Had to get back to my schoolwork. I'm so diligent. Oh, thank you, chat. You're all angels. Engrossment. Begin. I had a strange gut feeling about the situation. Might sound stupid now, but I just didn't want to overthink things. Man, we really gotta finish this algebra homework, though. Oh. Heard something. Oh wait, one of those lights was locked over. Also, it's 2009 in this game, apparently, going by that. Oh, yeah, something knocked over the lights in the green screen room. Oven is on? You're right. Why would they, like, turn the oven on? Had to go down and check. We know this ain't a black character because he would have been gone. He knows how horror movies go. Like, I ain't staying in this fucking fool-ass house. Ain't worth the $100. That's expensive lighting for someone who's knocked over, by the way. Those are like $800, $900 a piece. Low-key, it made me very uncomfortable knowing he was in the house. Had to confront him. I didn't have his contact, I could only ask Andy. Can you send me Turner's contact? Ask him to quit messing. Dude, you said you're at Carson's, right? You need to shoot. Okay, let's wait for the email. Or the text. He's messing with what? He's been snooping around the house. This is not cool. Dude, he's in my place right now. We were gonna go to the movies with Brady, but then it started pouring, so we stuck with the sleepover. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get a kitchen knife. Grab a kitchen knife right now. So where I have a tendency of being paranoid, kitchen knife meant. One thing I can think of is at the time was to keep my eye on the security monitor. In the house, you idiot. They're already in the house. I think about it, I should have called the cops. That too. The wind. I heard the dog barking. You good boy? He was acting very weird. Give me a water bottle. No, water bottle. Can't you bring the dog inside? Nope. Back upstairs to the camera. Dehydrated King of Nowhere. It's the only way you can fight the undead. Because you gotta think of it, zombies are gonna be very dry. No moisture. Puff, you have a good night. That moment, schoolwork became the least of my worries. Alright. Anything on this? Don't see anything spooky. Did I leave that door open? I think I left that door open, actually. Probably need to check the basement. Andy Reynolds. Dude, he's dude, wait, did you check out that article? It was Brady who told me about it. Okay, this is real sketchy. Yeah, I checked out the article. Where'd my flashlight go? I threw it on the couch. Where'd it go? Did the flashlight really disappear?
Hello.
Someone just turned the TV downstairs. Oh, she's hot. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Terror averted. He was right outside the door to the room I was in. She's got a knife. Well,
Noah?
really missed you. There's no hiding spot in here. Whatever's happening between us, we can work it out together. Don't play fucking dumb with me, you know, and I know you're in there. Open the door, we just need to talk. Nothing to talk about. Always been nothing but nice to you. You need help, Kara. Wait, this is our ex. This isn't someone here for this guy, this is our ex. You need help, Kara. I know everything, I know you left me for her. This is exactly why. At least she is not a junkie like you. Jesus fuck. But I love you, what about that? You need to leave right now. We deserve a second chance. You know I could turn you into the police for this. Do it and I will fucking kill both of you. Wait, both of you? If I can't have you, no one else should. Oh wait, there's a way out of this room, isn't there? Wasn't even gonna try to open it. Yeah, this door is blocked, but you can't. Okay. Oh! Oh! Crazy bitch, punch it! What was I supposed to do? There's no hiding room in there. Damn. I guess we got the bad ending. What was I supposed to do? That room's empty. Nowhere to go. This part is unclear. You go hide in the laundry? Like, that was... Yeah, that's really unclear. So you had to, like, leave the room that she was standing in front of the door? I thought for a sec, because there is that door that's, like, blocked by the computer equipment. I thought maybe you could, like, go out that one, but no. Yeah, well, that's a long episode. I don't know if I want to play all the way through it again just to see a different ending and also possibly screw it up. These really need like a, you know, a chapter select. He steps away from some reason, you go across the hall. See, it's really hard to convey that part though. Oh well, I'm guessing she probably just gets the police called on her afterward. Yeah, this is a really long episode, so to get through that would take a while. Had to go shopping again, everything else, so I guess we're done with it. But yeah, that's pretty good. That's all the episodes right now, though. That was definitely the best of the three. In terms of, you know, believability as well. No, obviously still fake. But yeah, nice. I might play the other two episodes once they come out. However, we have another game to play tonight, though. I would like a replay later. I mean, I guess I recommend these games are really cheap, so if you want to play it and see it, you can. I'm glad you patched things. You know, she didn't stab me. We just like hugged it out. Alright, so next game is called Chasing Static. We'll see if it's any good. Hey, did Mikey get scared? You were close to the end anyways? Yeah, usually when you get the endings, it's always close to the end. Like I said, I'm assuming you get hide from her and then the police get called or something. Oh, I like this 8mm format they got going on here. That's classic. Classy, I mean. Don't like that it doesn't have mouse point. Apparently, chat, every indie horror game now believes that the PS1 was the pinnacle of video game
Chris,
horror.
I presume.
That's why they all try to emulate this look.
Yeah, sure.
It's Evelyn. We spoke on the phone.
Oh, right, sorry.
Oh, we got some Scottish going on.
Voice.
Oh, that's fine. I'm happy you could make it.
Are they wrong? There is
Your
a
father,
decent idea that the style works, like the
he didn't
pixelated
come
look
to
to things.
friends in the end.
It's also cheaper to develop for you.
He never did.
Right. Anyway, the home asked me to give you this. It was all they had in regards to his personal effects.
A book.
Or is it generally the cheapest? It depends on the kind of horror. If you're just
I'm
making
sure
one of those
there's a
like
lot you have to
first-person
process
games where
today.
it's like you walk around looking at a
apologise
spooky
for being
environment,
so forward.
that's generally kind of cheap. If you want to make
No,
something say like a
it's
Resident
fine.
Evil 4, that's a lot of money.
We really weren't that close.
It can be just as expensive as any other type of
Well,
game.
I'm sorry for your loss, Chris.
Chris. Scottish Chris Redfield.
I hope you have a safe journey home.
To whom it may concern. Packed into the pages of this book, you will find my life's work.
Which is this is a different game. We finished up the 3 episodes of Fears of Fathom. This is Chasing Static.
30 years of questions with no answers.
This is good voice acting though.
Much like my own hollow ambitions, some things never come to fruition. I only hope that these tattered pages may serve to prove that we are more than ourselves, and that our perception of reality is merely a veil over our own ideals and hunger to understand this world. I have many regrets. The Institute is not one of them.
This is not how a car works. It's changing gears like this. Yeah, let's drive without the headlights on. Why not? Eyes on the road, man. I got eyes on the side of my head. We're good. come we don't have a rear view? Or a side view? This is not a legal, street legal car. Drink all the coffee. We'll leave the headlights off for the time being. Save on battery, you know? Is something I'm supposed to do? Oh, okay. How's the drive? I'm not driving. It's all done automatically. Ugh.
The battery's dead.
Okay, then what? Okay. Something's supposed to happen. This like I said, be warned, this game is highly rated, but it also had the word walking simulator in its tags, so that can be either hit or miss, whether you end up liking it or not. Hey, the good news is I only have enough stream time to play it, to possibly return it if I don't like it, though.
Christ alive! You almost gave me a heart attack.
Your night is
Let me
ruined,
guess.
stream is on,
Got
what's
lost
wrong?
in the storm.
You still open?
Sorry to barge in. You're still open, right?
Kitchen's closed, but we have all the coffee you could want. You don't sound like you're from around here.
No. I mean, I used to be. Long time ago.
Where are you headed anyway?
East.
I'm, headed east. Oswestry.
Oh, so do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Good news.
Well, obviously I'm gonna take the good news first.
These graphics, these
You're on the right
excellent
road.
reproduction of
We'll be headed
PS1
that way
visuals.
myself soon. Bad news is it's about half an hour back that way.
Look, they even got fake dithering
I'm
going
about
on
to
with the
show you the way,
textures.
if I can bum a lift.
Sure. To be honest, I could do with
Your
the
sis
company.
let her friend with 4 kids come over.
Wasn't looking
My
forward to
piece of
cycling
yeah, I
this
can
rain
imagine.
anyway.
4 kids, man.
Nothing
Jesus.
creepy though. I'll kick your ass if you try anything.
Hey, I'm
What a
just
way to make
relieved be off
friends.
that road.
So yeah,
Where
I'm
are we
going to do
anyway?
something creepy.
Welcome to the Last Stop Cafe. Best coffee this side of the A5. Don't get a lot of customers these days though.
We're failing as a business. Where's the pop in?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
yeah, that's
help
the one
yourself to
thing they
coffee.
usually
I'll be
don't
done in
replicate
5.
is like usually the 10-foot draw distance of old PS1 games. So they'll give you like the textures and like the
So I never caught your
polygon
name.
models, but you know what? They get
Oh,
all
that's
still
Chris.
in widescreen, high res,
Chris.
and
Right.
good
Nice and
draw
simple.
distance and frame
Yeah.
rates. Anyone
What's
wants to
my
emulate
dad's
that whole
name?
15 frames per second, you get a lot of
Grandfather too.
PS1 games.
My parents weren't exactly ones to break tradition.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Chris. I'm Anera.
I used to know someone called Anera. It means winter, right?
Close. Winter is Giaf. An era translates to snow.
Oh, my Welsh is a little rusty.
Hey, I'm impressed. Most English folk can't even read the road signs.
Oh, we're at the Welsh.
Well, neither can I, apparently.
So what brings you to this neck of the woods?
Well, I buried my dad today.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Carry on the Redfield line.
That's fine.
Hmm.
We didn't, exactly
Well, yeah,
see
you
eye
know,
to eye.
not too many settings
Yeah,
take place
my
there,
dad
do they?
left when I was 6. Turned up 10 years later wanting to play Happy Family. I still get calls from him. Not that I ever answer.
Family, eh?
I'll be finished up soon, then we can hit
So
the road.
glad it's starting to be normal again for the entire week. I could not watch your stream unless I used data. You mean your internet? Glad it's being what you're paying for. She's busy. Wide selection of fizzy drinks. I need coffee. Wait, I have to make my own coffee? This is a sea dog simulator, a sea dog simulator. This sucks. What, this game or something going on with you? Mid the game, well, hey, it's building mood, you know. Oh, what do I do now? I got coffee. I need the loo right now.
Could you deal with that? Just mess with the dial until it finds a signal again.
He's a Welsh voice actor and YouTuber. He rates anime in a podcast and voice acts for dubs. You mean Sea Dog? Okay. But I think your radio's busted. Oh no, I found the country music station.
They say two is company and three's a crowd. Though every time I'm out,
This has to be like a sunlight for a vampire for the English, right?
we always got someone dying on
It's like that you hear this and they just melt.
always why you know what
Again, that's the second time this week.
Hold on, I've got a lighter here somewhere.
First term, lighter.
See, this is why I love smokers. You wouldn't mind taking a look, would you? Fuse boxes in the back.
In the toilet?
Okay, I guess.
Last time.
So, what am I looking for here?
There's a fuse box in the kitchen.
Kitchen. Right.
Lights only.
Hey, Naira, a bunch of these fuses are fried.
Should be some spares in there somewhere.
You're going to bed, Mike? Sorry the game bored you. Or maybe just your bedtime, I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't think I'm only gonna be playing this the one night, even if I don't beat it. Where's your goddamn spare fuses, lady? You even have food in this shop? I also don't like how this game doesn't use mouse clicks. It wants me to hit enter all the time.
And the fuse is dead. Dead. Nah, it's dead.
Okay.
Hey, no need to thank me or anything.
Do they still use your
Amira?
fuse boxes over there in your the UK? Well, this thing's got interesting. That's the angriest Yelp review I've ever seen. Well, I wasn't planning to until you told me to. Not to. Oh, guess I'm going into the woods. Speaker is wired to a tape player. Strange device with 2 antennae.
Some sort of tape player. What's it doing here? No power. Looks like the battery's depleted.
Need to find a replacement battery.
A camera?
I saw someone walk off. Said don't go into the woods. Where am I gonna find a battery at? Instagram useful for keeping memories. Wait, the battery might be in the radio? No? Moldy. Thankfully, I'm not hungry now. What's the name of this game again? This is called Chasing Static. I guess we're in like a Resident Evil hell world because everything's all destroyed now.
The line is dead.
Maybe my
Some sort
car
of tape.
has batteries. Oh, did I say Resident Evil hell world? Yeah, it's more like a Silent Hill hell world. Got Resident Evil in the mind, you know? Piece of shit. Guess we're just leaving that lady there. Fuck that. The right thing. You made the right choice, my man. Though you got a free cup of coffee, then you got out alive. And And then what? Well, at least we lived. I think I actually was supposed to go out into the woods back there, and I just decided not to and just the fuck off. Yeah, I'm leaving. Nice driving. Hey, I technically had a phone up to my face, so he's got a good alibi. Into the bunker, huh? Hexagonal figure this into the door mechanism. You realize that being on the phone makes your situation worse. That's why I said that he can now blame it on me. I wasn't paying attention. Even though my phone wasn't working. An old rowboat, the oars are missing. What the hell happened to them? Researcher Dr. Nisha Baines, Woodland Quarantine Zone, full range, strong displacement, singular source, clear, audible chatter, further study advised. Clear, moderate displacement, 2 sources, indistinct, audible chatter, multiple entities. Weak displacement, 2 sources, okay, so radio signals. These grown mushrooms. Why are so many people apparently secretly afraid of mushrooms? Or fungi? Scariest thing they can imagine. Alright, let's go back. Mushroom can look really alien at times. I don't know, I've never really thought of it like, oh, look at that mushroom. It's so unearth-like. In we go. Seems like what else you gotta do after a car wreck? Are there I've actually seen videos of like certain countries in Europe. You actually can find a lot of old ass like just abandoned bunkers in them, especially like in Sweden, since that was like one of their war strategies. Was like just build bunkers everywhere, and some of them are still like supplied and manned as well. Okay, I'm scared and just got here. What's up, Minzy? How you doing tonight? Hope you had a good one, whatever you're up to. We've been playing like your PS1 inspired horror games for the past 2 nights. We got killed by a crazy X in the last one. Alpha Charlie. Low poly scares me. Those are the, you know, yeah, they get their charm. Some are, but not, doesn't automatically make a game good though. It still needs more than just like the pixelated graphics. Does it feel like the TV show Lost? I've actually never watched that. I just know something about a smoke monster and like the ending sucked. Remember everyone like being hyped for it and then everyone hated it. Cause oh, they're just all dead or something. I don't know. Never watched Lost either. Never come. Yeah, it's during the time when I didn't watch TV that it was on too. Poland here, we have a lot of random bunkers left all around. We do techno parties in 19th century fortresses. Goddamn, Poland sounds awesome. I wouldn't mind going to a fucking rave in a fucking castle. Or like a old war fortress. Sounds awesome as shit, man.
Locked. Locked.
No, no, do the moans.
Locked. Locked. Locked.
That's for the ladies out there. It's I've only got a screwdriver on me. I don't think that's gonna, you know,
There's
get...
no use for a screwdriver here.
Alright, I guess we gotta find a padlock. Grunt the Dartigan remix. You know what? It's a skill that goes underappreciated. California, there are abandoned pillboxes all along the coast. Yeah, I guess they were. I mean, even though there was like no chance of there ever being like a Japanese invasion of like U.S. mainland. I guess they still had to like spend some money on it. I just kind of, I don't know, I've always had that, like, I've wanted to do urban exploration, but there's, like, nothing near me that, you could do that with. It's always, like, it was fascinating me, like, oh, look at the old shit. Though I did explore an old abandoned school that I actually went to as a kid. I was there when it got shut down to, like, kindergarten. It was, like, my first year of school. It was, like, an old school out in the middle of nowhere. That, it was being closed and we were being shipped to another school. I did go back as a teenager just to see it because it was all boarded up and used as like a storehouse. So I, managed to revisit some old classrooms. Unfortunately, my hand paint, like the last day we were all there, they let us all like do hand paints on the walls. Those that are like gone. It's like, fuck, I wanted to see my childhood hands. Hello. That is how your kindergarten was too. Close down the first. Yeah, yeah. It also screwed me over because all the kindergarten class got skipped ahead to first grade because of the the cutback. So I was always a year younger than everyone in class going forward for the rest of my school life. And you don't think that would be a big a deal, but one extra year is a massive freaking deal. When you're at those ages, because I was always smaller and more immature than everyone around me. I always think that attributed to some of the rough times I had fitting in.
Hey, wait!
Alright, this way, right? Community college early though, talk about rough times. Come visit for the Project Mazzo one time. Happens at Tweirdir Deblin Fortress yearly during the summer. Tons of fun, many kinds of electronic music, mostly amateurs. 3 days, entry cost next to nothing, damn. Keep that in mind if I ever visit Poland then. Strange device.
Some old radio tech.
Status compromised. Soul simulcast link absent resolution. Okay. Multiple sites compromised. Lockdown procedure initiated. Hey, GMC, you have a good night, man.
Hello?
Oh, God, am I happy to hear your voice. I thought you guys had left me here for dead. Does this mean you got the all clear? I can leave.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I need help.
Wait. You're not from the cleanup team? Fuck.
Look, I was in the cafe and there was this thing. It attacked us. I just want to get out of here, please.
I'm never coming to
Send
Wales
help.
again.
Okay, take a minute. Tell me exactly what you saw.
It's like an SCP. I don't know.
I don't know. It was dark, like some kind of nightmare. Feels like I'm dreaming.
Hey, it's going to be all right. What's your name?
With
It's Chris, but...
no relation to Chan.
Okay, Chris. I'm Helen. You need to listen to me. We're in a bit of trouble here. Something bad has happened. You're going to have to trust me. I need you to do something for me. I'm from a team of researchers. Whatever you saw in the cafe, it's not real, okay? But for us to leave this place, we're going to have to work together. Have you ever experienced sleep paralysis?
Once.
Sure. When I was a kid, it would scare the shit out of me.
Think of it like that. Only your bed spans several miles. The things you see here, no matter how real they may seem, they're just broken memories. Figments of your imagination latched onto something real.
Look, I'm just trying to find my way home.
The only way you or I are getting out of here is if you do exactly as I say. I'm sorry, Chris, but we're in this together, whether you like it or not.
Okay, fine. So what do I do?
There are 3 sites, each with a device engineered to secure and contain the surrounding area. Several days ago, these devices failed. Simultaneously, each site was disconnected from the array. You're going to have to manually reboot the simulcast devices to re-link the array.
Honestly, I struggle with the VCR. I'm not exactly qualified to...
Think of
What
this as
year
more
is
of a
this
high
game
five.
set in now that he said
Just
that?
hit the power and press the big green button.
I'm thinking the 90s based on the computers we also just saw.
Okay, how will I know where these things are?
Each link has a failsafe signal for that exact reason. Easily tracked with a displacement device. But there should be one there in the orchard.
And there really is no other option?
I wish there was.
What's stopping me from walking away right now?
Okay, and what's stopping me from walking right out of here?
You're welcome to try, but I strongly suggest you reconsider that thought. Could be a fallen tree, a gas leak, exhaustion. It's going to be really hard to comprehend right now. But this place, it's different. It
Is this
has
a
an
dream
agenda.
world? I'm apparently powered by it, I don't know.
You're here for a reason, and it's not going to let you leave until
I can tell you right now,
it's
though, we're not going to be figuring out this mystery.
How the hell does a field in the middle of nowhere have an agenda?
It's better if you don't think about it, honestly. Just focus on getting those sites contained.
And you said something about a displacement device.
You said something about a displacement device?
Yeah, it's like a portable radio, only one that can pick up signals beyond the typical bands. We use them to monitor the anomalies, to listen to them.
Signals?
The signals are a side effect, a trace left over from the afflicted entities. Once an item is afflicted, it gives off a specific wavelength that the frequency displacement monitor picks up. You can trace the origin with it. That'll lead you to the
Strong cup of coffee. It all started when we drank that, didn't it?
You have no idea how much this sounds like nonsense to me. It's the same shit my dad used to obsess over.
Chris, I'm deadly serious. We need to get those sites contained.
Tell me more about these sites.
There are 3 sites. If the radio's working, that must mean that the orchard has power. Check the monitors there for an update on each site. One is just off the main
They had a
road.
good thing going,
There's
but
an
this
abandoned
objective
cafe that
sounds
we've been
boring.
monitoring for several months
Yeah,
now.
go click buttons.
The second is in the village itself, situated in an old public house. And the third, Ground Zero, is beyond the lake. A stretch of farmland where the first anomaly was found.
Cafe, village, farmland. Got it.
Okay. I'll be back later.
Okay, well, I'll be back later. I'm gonna go check out those sites.
Go careful, Chris.
Did we even finish? We drank a full coffee in the car at the beginning, then we got another cup once we got to the diner. Alright. Looks like they were tracking something. Do I get the radio thing now?
This is crazy. Is this that device she mentioned?
Frequency displacement monitoring device added to inventory. This is proof that caffeine is a
what's
drug.
this?
Well, we kind of always knew. We didn't really need
Operational
further
guidelines.
proof. We just kind of knew. Please read the following statement carefully before operating your equipment. Licensees, employees, property, okay, operational guidelines. Frequency displacement monitoring device is the property of Echo Garden Institute, utilizing the latest in digital chip technology developed in-house by our team of world-class engineers. Tuning. Similar to a commercial FM radio, the FDMD is capable of picking up frequencies between 8800 megahertz and 108.1 megahertz on a precise granular scale. Displacement monitoring as a compromised frequency has been established. The FMD, his directional microphone, can be used to detect the origin of the FM displacement. Directed at the target, the LCD digital display will activate. This display will show a numerical readout between 0 1 0 0, the number increasing based on the strength of the signal. Gotcha. Point radio in direction of thing. This is why the game is called Chasing Static, by the way. Press left control to raise or lower the directional microphone. E to unequip. 3 to quick select. Operation when raised, the directional microphone will be able to pick up signals in the environment. Signals detected, the device will emit blue light. Signal strength is presumably LC. Okay, please note the frequency display device proof of concept. Yeah, gotcha. No, why does it also act like the radar dish also act like a flashlight? I don't think that's how that works. That's where we saw her in the gate earlier, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm not really feeling this game as much as the previous ones, chat. This has that, like, interesting premise, but too snoozy kind of feel to it. Alright, I guess we go outside. Maybe this way? Nope, locked as well. That all the way down there was also locked, so... Is this the demo? This is the full game. Well, at least we had, you know, the other game was pretty good. We got a dead guy.
What?
I don't think Radio Static did that. $15 in the drain? Actually, no, I can return this game. So I'm not going to play it for too long. The remainder of the note is illegible. Weather overcast. I'm going this way.
It's like it's toying with us.
Womp womp. What does that mean? The story is kind of done about Kate. Do you want to hear it or no? I'm good. Maybe you should share with Kate first and foremost and get, since, it's about her.
Sasha wasn't at the meeting point.
It's kind of hard to, like, share a story in, like, a Twitch chat.
Oh, and on top of that, comms are still down. It's been 8 hours now.
Dizzying hum is emanating from the device. Night. Hey, Garrus, you have a good night, man. It's really easy to share a story if you have a lot of bits. I don't recommend people give me bits to share stuff, to be honest. I have to go to a tiny sponsored stream, so see you later. While I peddle another mobile game no one will not play. Is it that YouTube? Is it that Twitch bounty stuff? I've seen this before. Have a good stream, though. Yeah, I'm definitely returning this game, so I don't want to play it too long. I had a worry this was going to be kind of like meh when I saw Walking Simulator on the tags. Definitely bringing the chat's mood down, like, hey, get more of that crazy lady trying to kill us with a knife action. No one wants to be English. I'm sorry, my English friends out there. You're all wonderful people. But we really only like you in video games when it's in, like, you're like a Call of Duty character for some reason. I don't know why. It's not fair, it really isn't. Also, thank you, Venusaur, for the 5 months sub. I gotta stop giving you my Bezo bucks. Well, they're Bezo bucks. Technically free to give them to me. You're already paying for Amazon Prime. Think of it as a way of taking money out of their pocket and giving it to me, so. Oh, we're back to the diner, huh? Womp Womp was from the show Archer. Dartigan, whenever Lana said it, to Archer. Womp Womp. So what did it mean? It was just a cute noise she made? I don't think I can do it. I think I still need, like, batteries to fix this. Can we get your finest? You have no idea how much I despise you, Chris. Oh, that's the line I haven't thought about in a while. I forget how he says it. You have no idea. I think he, like, snarls it, right? How much I despise you, Chris. I can't do it in his voice, though. Admit you lose, you get nothing. Good days. That's a Willy Wonka reference, though. You lose! Yeah, that's good acting. Answering a meme with a meme. It's the only way to combat them. I think I'm about done with this game. I don't want to play it too long because I want to return it. It had a decent start, but then again, I don't really care about using radios. Just one, yeah, it was a nice try though. We gave it a college effort. And yeah, I got a 3-hour stream out of everything. But yeah, I want to return this game. I don't want to play it too much more. So I think we will call the stream just a little bit earlier, chat, than normal. Well, 3 hours is a full-length stream, I take it. As always, when I look at it. Well, no one could understand what I just said, is the way I look at it. There we go. And we had our fun with the other one, you know? But, chat, you've all been wonderful tonight. Big round of applause. Return now, best be warning. I'm going to use the rest of my night getting some more Resident Evil 4 script done, so it's fine. But, chat, you've all been wonderful tonight. Thank you for joining me. I should be streaming again tomorrow, though I have no idea what I'll be streaming if I do. I had to put some thought into that. Also, I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow, so yay. Get my mouth, checked out. So that'll be an experience. Should be good, though. But chat, you all have a wonderful night. Treat yourself right. Have a good night's sleep. Have a good day tomorrow. Follow me. That's a good thing to do as well. Follow me on Twitch if you haven't. You also join the Discord. But thank you for being here. Thank you to the mods. Thank you for any bits, subs, or gift subs tonight. Appreciate it all around. Should stream the new Bayonetta prequel. Is that any good? I haven't paid any attention to that game, honestly. I think it's like a platformer or something, isn't it? I mean, it doesn't play like a regular Bayonetta game. I'll look into it. If I were to play a Switch game, though, it'd probably be the Metroid remaster. If I were to, boot that up. So maybe that'll be what we do. Who knows? Chat, you all have a wonderful night. In fact, I might actually do the Metroid remaster. Who knows? That's it for me tonight. I will see you all later. Peace out, everybody. I'm going to return this game on Steam now.